Yo, so something I realized is all of us probably got some people in our family that is toxic, is hell. Bad for our health, bad for our dreams, our mind, and our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And when I was growing up, I used to think like, oh, they family, I just gotta like, you know, we gotta work it out. Everything gotta be good. Like, they gotta be in my life. They gotta be, you know? And then as I started to get older, I realized, yeah, you was born with family, right? That was essentially given to you or you were born into. But then as you grow up, you start to get the ability to choose and assemble like your own family. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's friends, family, etc. It's like you start to now have control of the groups of people that you are around or involve yourself around. Man, I used to just give people those excuses like, oh, they just family, so they can pretty much act however they want to act, right? Or that I'm just supposed to accept them for all that they do because they my family. Or tolerate them, I should say. Be yourself, whether that's, good, but what I'm gonna tolerate or what I'm gonna allow around me and which they may do, those is two different things. You feel me? And I realized, like, when you trying to build something in life or you're headed somewhere, the most important thing is your focus and your mindset when going after these things. And what these toxic people can do is they can veer you off of your path, you know? While you trying to head down a path, they saying things to knock you off or doing things to knock you off, whether it's discouraging you, telling you how impossible it's gonna be, or you can't do it if you don't have this, and that. Or since they know you, they know that you're not capable of doing it. That's another thing about family. It's like toxic family. It's like when you trying to do something different that they may have not seen from you before, if they were around you your whole life, is that they're gonna be like, that's not you. If you've been skateboarding all your life and you want to be a skateboarder, and then all of a sudden you want to put that down and you want to be a painter, or now you want to BMX, they're gonna be like, you're a skater. Like, you don't BMX or you don't paint. And when you first having those inklings of wanting to go after something, hearing those type of responses from the people that you hold close and love can really hurt. It's almost like you getting wounded before you even started, and it delays the start process, or it can, you start getting in your head because you like, damn, the people who love me or who claim to love me the most and are the closest to me think that I'm not capable of doing this. And I used to think it was kind of an attack, like, oh, y'all just don't see my potential or whatever, whoop, whoop, whoop. But it's almost like a safety net for them, you know? It's a safety net for them because they're comfortable in knowing who you are, and they don't want to be, it's uncomfortable to not know who you are, especially if you're a family member. So it's hard for people to admit or get on board with something when you're trying to change, because that means their perception of you is gonna change, and that makes people super uncomfortable. They're like, what you mean? But what I wanted to come on here and say is that people's perception of you, whether they family, whatever, has nothing to do with you. You got to focus on what it is that you are looking to achieve. You know what I'm saying? You cannot let that knock you off your path. And it's definitely easier said than done, because usually when we have dreams or we have these things that we want to go after and achieve, they usually form in us when we're young. And that's when we share these things with our family. And if they're not on board, it can discourage us very young. You know? Super young. So I guess what it is I'm getting at is like, yo, be very mindful and careful about who you tell your dreams, even if it's your family, because the people that you may believe have your best interests at heart, they may not want to support you on whatever journey you choose to go down, because it's seen as, not safe to them, or, they just don't know. They don't have the same vision that you do for your life that they do for your life. They may be more comfortable going the traditional route with just getting a job or whatever, things that aren't quote unquote unorthodox or left. But if we listen to these toxic family members when we are trying to go after our dreams, it can really stop us. And I think it really alters our life, because think about it. You want to do something in life, but then you don't do it because of how people think of you. And then those people who have had those thoughts about you either move further away from you, y'all fall out in relationships, or they pass away. And then now you are essentially keeping their mindset and their same thoughts. Now you're doing that to yourself. What they were doing to you, like, oh, you can't do that, that's impossible, you're doing to yourself. So if you don't listen to yourself from the get-go and kind of block out what the family members are saying, the toxic ones, even if it's coming from a loving place, sometimes you gotta block that out, because it's like, yo, you know what you want to do with your life, and it wouldn't be fulfilling to you to go about life in any other way. You know what it is that's important to you and what you want to get out of life and what you want to go after and want to achieve. And our loved ones may convince us that they know what's better for us, especially if you're like younger, you're a kid. Your parents, they think they know what's best for you, and they do truly want what's best for you, but that may not look the same as what is truly best for you, or what it is that you want out of life. And I think communicating that early is good if you can. I think when you really show your parents you serious about something, or your loved ones younger, they usually will listen up. But it's also okay to change your mind too. You don't got to be stuck on one dream. You can change. You don't need nobody permission. It's your life. You feel what I'm saying? So go out there, man. Do it big. Cut off them people, them friends, them family members who claim to love you. Those people who don't feed and pour positivity into your dream. If they just tell you how you can't do something, or all the obstacles that's going to come up, that's going to deter you, and they just kind of discouraging you, get away from them people. And really be aware of the things that you're sharing with them. You should probably stop sharing with them, honestly. Keep a service level conversation, or show love from a distance or something. But you gotta kind of cleanse your mind of those thoughts and opinions, you know, and put yours first. Prioritize yours first. So, you know what's best for you. You really do know what's best for you. You just gotta listen to that inner intuition, that gut feeling that you get. Quiet down somewhere, get away from the noise, and the answers will come to you, you know? But as far as them toxic family members, them toxic friends, man, cut them off, get them away from you. Have conversations, love them from a distance, whatever, but do what you need to do to stay focused on your dream and to cleanse your mind from any negativity or discouragement or anything of that nature that's going to deter you from the path that you know you want to go down. Anyway, that's it for today, man. Love.